What is going on, guys? Jason Burke here, Styles Clash for Life, coming at you on YouTube, and today I've got some football focus. The Pittsburgh Steelers, just very late today, finished their Week 13 NFL matchup of the 2023 NFL season in a home game against the Arizona Cardinals, who came into this game 2-10. As you can tell by my rather irritated delivery, this game did not go as planned. Not only did the game not go in our favor in any way possible, but several rain delays delayed the game quite a bit. We got delayed after halftime for quite a bit, and they came back and played about 2 drives or a drive and a half, and then got delayed again for quite a while with thunderstorms and hail and all kinds of inclement weather, which has been beating off the side of my house since the game hit about halftime. So, everything seems to be in order. Pittsburgh comes off of firing Matt Canada. They don't put up a ton of points last week, but they get a very inspiring win. They put up over 400 yards for the first time in a long, long time. Things seem to be, in their favor offensively. Everyone feels upbeat. The new coordinator's looking good. We get Minkah Fitzpatrick back from injury. Pat Freiermuth has his best game of his career. Everything seems to be in our favor, and we're playing against a 2-10 team that, is not as bad as their record indicates. Kyler Murray was out for most of the season. James Conner's been banged up quite a bit. So they have a healthy Conner and a healthy Murray back, so they're not nearly as bad as their 2-10 record indicates. But they've still got a lot of players out. They've lost a lot of players in the last couple of years. They don't have a lot of stars. They're the worst third down team in the NFL, and they're just overall not the greatest. So while they're not as bad as 2-10, this was a team, especially at home, we should have a continued momentum against and have won the game pretty easily. That was not the case. We lose this game 24-10 in a game that is just ugly. It is, again, the rain delays, the bad weather. It's sloppy. There's a lot of injuries. We've got a lot of penalties. We're not executing well at all. We're playing miserably on third downs. We're not snapping the ball well. There's all kinds of problems. So, as you guys know, when we lose bad games to bad teams, I don't take a ton of time on the reviews, because if they don't put the preparation and the effort in, I'm not going to either. But I will give you guys the effort. I will give you guys the stats, and I will talk about kind of what made this game so rough for us real quickly here. My dinner has been delayed because of this game delay that is getting over now at 5:30 p.m., which is much later than usual, so I will give this to you guys rather quickly, as I'm sure you guys want to go eat as well. Kenny Pickett was 7 for 10 for 70 yards, no touchdowns, no picks. They did lose a fumble somewhere in there, I believe. It was on a handoff. But as you can see, 7 of 10, 70 yards. Kenny Pickett goes down with an injury. Lots of injuries today. I will talk about them all together toward the end. But Kenny Pickett does go down. He was in a walking boot, did not return. Toward the end of the first half, goes down kind of late second quarter. Does not return. Mitch Trubisky comes in, 11 of 17, 117 yards, 1 touchdown, no picks. Did not play as well as that sounds. But also, again, a lot of delays in between drives. Trubisky didn't really get a chance to get moving. The offensive line got injuries as well. I'm just going to give you guys the injury line right now before we even get to the end of the game here. Isaac Seumalo goes out about the third quarter and does not return. He's our best offensive lineman and was having a very good game before he got hurt. He has not given up a sack in 6 weeks. He's been one of the better offensive linemen in the league, especially in the last 6 weeks. So him being out with an injury really hurts us a lot. In pass protection and run blocking, both. Kenny Pickett goes down again in the end of the second quarter. Does not return. Was in a leg brace. Hopefully leg boot. He's hopefully going to be okay. We don't know. Trubisky came in and finished the game out. Again, Pickett has been looking really good under the new coordinator for the last week and a half. Started that first drive of the game very sharp. Hit George Pickens on a nice 12-yard out, and then hit a 30-yard play on the run to Pickens downfield. First drive looked very promising. We got 3 out of it. Ever since then, second drive, we had a drive going until a fumbled snap. So this offense has been showing and putting up yards and has been getting more first downs and has not been getting 3 and outs, but has still not put up the points to show for it. But I think Kenny was on the rise before the injury with the new coordinator, so I hope that he is okay. Landon Roberts goes out with an injury. Again, another inside linebacker. This is our third. We have already lost Cole Holcomb for the year. We've already lost, who is the other one? I'm forgetting the one we picked up in his play. I'm forgetting the second inside linebacker, but he has been out for the year. Landon Roberts was our third inside linebacker. He went down with an injury and did not return. So we are now down to Michael Walker, who is a practice squad veteran signing, and Mark Robinson, who was coming into the season as our fourth linebacker. So we're on our fourth and fifth inside linebackers, respectively. That is trouble, not just for the pass coverage, which we are now, our two best guys are down, our run stopping ability and gap coverage, which our best guy was 1A and 1B with Cole Holcomb. Our best guy, Landon Roberts, is now down, but also now the guy calling our plays with the green dot on his helmet as the leader of our defense is the fifth inside linebacker that was not on this team until a few weeks ago. So really some problems there. And also TJ Watt limped off once on special teams, came back into the game a little gimpy, limped off again and did not return. So hopefully his legs are okay. He's obviously the best player on our team and probably the best defensive player in the entire NFL. So again, starting inside linebacker, best offensive lineman, starting quarterback who is starting to play a little better, and TJ Watt, who's the DPOY, all go down with injuries on this rainy, nasty field. Just hoping to get out of this week alive. And we got a short week as well. We're coming back to play again on Thursday. So that's scary. Even though the Patriots are a very offensively inept team and a bad team in general, a game we should win, so was this. So not counting anything. All those injuries on a short week does not look good for us. Running game was good today, even in spite of all of the injuries and then the handoff issues and stuff like that. Najee, 16 carries, 63 yards, had some really hard runs, finished his run strong today when we were in the game. Once the rain delays came and we got behind on the scoreboard, we stopped running, obviously. But Najee, 16 for 63. Jalen Warren, 9 for 59, had another 6+ yards per carry game. He is leading the league in yards per carry and is one of the league leaders in total rushing yards in the last 4 weeks. So those two guys played well today. George Pickens played well, but mostly in the first half. Had 4 catches for 86 yards. Also drew a penalty on a deep ball downfield. So only had 6 targets, 4 catches. One was a missed throw, and then one was a penalty. So played really well for the volume he got, but didn't get enough shots in the second half. Deontay Johnson, 4 catches for 33 yards. Had a touchdown in garbage time. The game was already 24-3 by then. So Deontay gets a touchdown, but who cares? Mason Cole, biggest negative today. He did not play well. He had one really bad snap to Kenny that delayed a drive for us. He also had a bad snap that got turned over when we were in scoring range, I think, on Trubisky. That wasn't Mitch's fault. That was on Mason. So, and I don't know if he was the one that bobbled the snap on the missed field goal kick as well. Probably not, but Mason had at least 2 bad snaps, if not 3 today. Bad game for him. There was also a couple of illegal formation penalties. I don't know if that's a coaching thing or if that's a communication somewhere. I don't know what that is. They called 2 of those today on us. One was on Dan Moore, one was on Broderick Jones. I don't know. Again, that could be a coaching issue more so than an alignment issue. But either way, it was sloppy and it was ugly. Looking at offensively, I want to look at 2 stats that really sum up the entire game for us. And this goes on everyone. 4 of 11 on third downs. The Arizona Cardinals are by far the worst third down team in the entire NFL. That is one of their biggest areas of weakness. And 4 of 11 does not get it done against anybody, even a bad team. Doesn't matter who you're playing. You can't get it done like that. Second thing that you can't have, especially in a game when it's going to be rainy and you're going to play a little sloppy naturally and you're going to get some injuries naturally, one thing you can't do is commit penalties. We had 9 penalties in this game for 71 yards. A couple I'll take, a couple that weren't big deals. But again, those formation penalties, I don't know if those are on the coach or not. But just so many things you can't have, especially once Mitch gets in the game and you've got a backup quarterback in there who has not gotten a lot of practice this week. You can't have penalties like that. Yeah, 9 for 71 on penalties, 4 for 11 on third downs. That's all I'm going to say on offense. The Cardinals are one of the worst run-stopping teams in the NFL. And we played well running the ball, but you can't afford to get behind. Our tackling on defense was pathetic today. It was really, really bad. There's not one guy I can call out for missing a ton, but a bunch of guys missed a bunch of tackles today. So that just in general, defensive tackling was a big problem for us. I do want to call out Michael Walker. He missed a few tackles, but I will say for being the, again, 4th or 5th inside linebacker who wasn't on this team a while ago. Yeah, he's a veteran, but to step in this late in the season and play for so many guys that were, like Juan Alexander, Cole Holcomb, Landon Roberts now getting hurt. We're on the 4th and 5th guy. He's playing pretty well. He had 6 tackles today, 1 for a loss. So playing pretty well overall, but he missed a few tackles today that you can't miss. just want to say shout out to James Conner, ex-Steeler, once a Steeler, always a Steeler. He's back and healthy again, always was a good guy, always charitable here in Pittsburgh. Ran for over 100 yards today, ran super hard. Good for him. Good to see James Conner playing well. You just don't want to see it against us, obviously. But defensively, we did get 2 sacks today, one for TJ Watt, one for Alex Highsmith. Both those guys also got a nice tackle for a loss in the run game, so they played pretty well when they were out there. But again, too many missed tackles. Also, another problem we had in this game, and this is to be expected, but covering the middle of the field was tough for us. We had Trey McBride, the emerging superstar tight end, who's really caught on in the last 3 weeks since Kyler Murray has been back. Kyler has found his future tight end. They cut Zach Ertz because McBride's going to be a young star, and he's played very well. He had like 80 yards, 88 yards and a touchdown today, plus one that was called back as well. So we had a hard time, our linebackers, Michael Walker, and later on in the game when Mark Robinson came in, they couldn't cover him whatsoever. We also had a couple things deep we got lucky on. 2 deep balls that were dropped. One was on Trenton Thompson downfield in the hands of Rondale Moore. Another one was deep to, I think it was Hollywood Brown that beat Patrick Peterson deep, and they were dropped because of the wet conditions. So yeah, you're gonna slip on the field a lot. You're gonna drop some balls. I'm not gonna blame anybody in particular, but yes, guys like Trenton Thompson, Patrick Peterson got to cover those deep balls better as well. We got lucky on a few plays today. Last thing I'm going to call out special teams. Boswell 1 for 2. Yes, he finally missed one today. Bad weather conditions. I think the snap was a little wonky. A lot of bad snaps today. Again, Mason Cole, not his best work. But Boswell 1 for 2, not his best day. Presley Harvin, 4 punts, 179, 44.8 yards per punt, and 2 of the 4 were inside the 20. So, couple good, few bad. Not his best day. But in general, again, I'll just say this. Pittsburgh was coming into this game 7-4. They had the 5th seed in the playoffs. They had a chance to gain more ground on people today with a few of our divisional opponents being on bye week. We had a chance to make up some ground this week against a bad team. And I don't care how bad the conditions are. I don't care how many guys go down. You should beat the Cardinals. You should come in and beat this team. And I understand the Cardinals are not as bad as their record. And I understand the field conditions. And I understand that, bad teams in trap games can beat us sometimes, but this is inexcusable. We are very much now at 7-5, right in between the 5th to outside the playoffs seeding right now. We are barreling toward another 9-8 season. We are a better team than this, and with our coordinator gone, we should be trending upward. There is no reason having the Cardinals and Patriots back-to-back coming off a divisional win, we should be barreling toward 9-4. Not another 9-8 season. This looks bad. We just lost a bad game to a bad team, and now we've got really bad injuries coming into a bad short week. So this does not look good for us in any way possible. Pittsburgh falls to 7-5. Now they're borderline in or out of the playoffs. We'll see what the rest of the teams do this week. Cleveland's still playing as we record this. But yeah, nasty game, bad conditions, a loss we still shouldn't have had in spite of all of it. Tell me in the comments down below what you thought of this game, who impressed you. I don't know why anybody freaking would. Who did not impress you? Who do you want to call out and bitch at the most this week? Tell me in the comments below, and please like, share, and subscribe if you like these deep dive videos, and I'll be bringing you guys another one Thursday night. I'm going to stay up for you guys and cover the Patriots game Thursday night, so I will talk to you guys soon. Take care.